So, good afternoon. My name is Althea Junice Asaho and I'm a first-year nursing student from the Adventist University of the Philippines. So, kindly introduce yourself po muna.
I'm Adric M. Mendoza and I'm 19 years old and I'm also an upcoming nursing student at the Adventist University of the Philippines.
Okay, so nursing student ka na by next semester, no? So, thank you for spending your time, for allowing me to spend time with you today. And so, nabanggit mo na upcoming nursing student ka sa AUP. And a part of our training as a nursing student is we're learning not only how to treat patient, but also we learn how to teach them and support clients in their healing journey, lalo na sa mga conditions na madalas natin hindi nabibigyan ng pansin. And today, I'll be sharing with you a simple but powerful approach called, tinatilan ko siyang the winning formula. This is learning all about how to take care of your knees, specifically reduce pain, and stay active without making things worse. So, hindi ito isang complicated na procedure, but it is a step-by-step process. And it's something you can do at your home, at your own pace, and most of all, ayon yan sa goals na gusto mong iset for your health. And throughout this session, feel free to ask questions if you have any concerns, and if you want to share something na may part na hindi ka masyadong nalinawan, is you can tell me and I am willing to give support and guide toward your healing and health and strength. Okay. So ready na ba ikaw to learn? Sige, okay. So, let's find out what the winning formula is and managing chondromalacia patella for long-term knee wellness. Yan. So, we had an interview, diba, before tayo magkaroon ng ganitong session, and doon, we talked about your daily routine, and we analyzed and tinignan natin kung ano yung mga problems na na-encounter mo from day to night, and na-identify natin kung ano yung mga nasa top priority list natin. At one of the problem is about yung sa knee condition mo. And today, I will guide you through a condition called familiar ka na sa chondromalacia patella. And our goal here is not just to manage the pain, but to create a long-term plan para sa wellness ng iyong knees. Hindi ito shortcut solution, kundi gradual healing na kaya nating i-maintain para makagalaw ka ng maayos, mas magaan, and mas confident ka in your day-to-day life. So, yan. Okay, may learning objectives. Yeah. Kapag after na ating magiging discussion ngayon, ito yung magiging outcomes or ito yung learning objectives na matututunan mo throughout this teaching session. Yan. Number 1 is to describe the anatomy of the patellofemoral joint and the surrounding knee structures. Identify and explain the common causes or the etiology of chondromalacia patella. Describe the pathophysiology of the early condition. Identify the signs and symptoms. Explain the application of the RICE or the RICE method as an acute pain management strategy. Number 6 is perform therapeutic exercises aimed at improving muscle strength and knee function. Identify and apply modifications in daily activities and recreational choices to protect the patellofemoral joint. 8 is to develop a long-term knee health management plan tailored to personal needs. 9 is demonstrate the use of self-monitoring tools to track progress. And last is express a personal commitment to actively care for their knee health. So, medyo marami siya, but madali na lang siya kapag diniscuss natin. Okay. Magpunta tayo sa understanding the knee joint. So, before anything else, let's understand kung paano nga ba nag-work ang ating knees. Ang tuhod ay isang hinge joint, or ibig sabihin nito, para siyang mako-compare natin sa door, di ba yung door when it opens and close. Meron siyang hinge dun sa gitna na yun yung nagpapamove sa kanya. And your knee joint, yung knee joint, or yung tuhod mo, it is what connects yung thigh mo dun sa lower leg mo. And it allows the movements para mag-stretch ka or mag-bend yung paa mo or yung tuhod mo. Yan. So, pero hindi lang yan yung nagfa-function, kundi there are also other important parts ng ating knee, which involves the bones, the cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and muscles. And now, we will learn the anatomy of the knee joint. So, ito ay parang snippet for your anatomy and physiology class next sem. So, here, there are 3 major bones in the knee. Yan. Number 1 is the femur. Yan. The thigh bone. Dito siya sa taas. And then, the tibia. Dito siya sa may baba. And the patella. Wala siya ata dyan. Okay. So, yung femur mo, siya yung tinatawag na thigh bone. Siya yung biggest bone in the body na nasa upper leg mo. Then, yung tibia naman, siya yung much smaller na bone sa baba, and siya yung nagsusupport ng weight ng iyong body. Yan. And then, yung patella, nandito siya sa may tapat niyan, ito yung tinatawag na kneecap. It's a small, round bone na nasa harap ng knee joint. At ang role nito ay protection at leverage, meaning it helps our thigh muscles move better by giving support sa movement mo. Okay, so katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi lang siya bone, kundi it also involves the cartilage and soft tissues. Meron tayong sa inside your knee, meron tayong articular cartilage. Yan, yung articular cartilage. And the articular cartilage, ito yung smooth na tissue na kumocover sa ends ng bones. Para hindi sila mag-rub to each other. So it helps your knee to move more smoothly and pain-free. Next naman is yung menisci. Yan. Meniscus siya dito. Pero menisci, these are the C-shaped pads of cartilage sa pagitan ng femur and ng tibia. Yan. Pagitan ng femur, which is yung top na bone, and yung tibia. Yan. Sila yung nandito. Okay. Sila yung they act as shock absorbers. Yan. Kapag tumatalon ka, naglalakad ka, sila yung nag-a-absorb ng shock dun from your the upper part of your body. Yan. Then we have ligaments. Yan. The ligaments, ito yung tough bands na nagko-connect from bones to bones. Sila yung nagbibigay ng stability sa ating tuhod. Then, finally, is yung tendons. Yan. Tendons is what connects the muscles to bones. Kung yung ligament is bones to bones, ang kinoconnect ng tendons ay muscles to bones. Yan. Sila yung dahilan kung bakit tayo nakakagalaw. Yan yung function ng tendons. So, yan. Magfo-focus tayo. There are 4 types ng ligament sa knee. Ayan. There are These ligaments are essential for stability and proper movement of the knee joint. Meron tayong apat, ACL, or PCL, MCL, and LCL. Yung ACL, which is anterior cruciate ligament, ito yung parang siya yung pumipigil sa tibia natin para mag-move forward. Tapos yung PCL naman, or yung posterior cruciate ligament, is prevents the tibia from sliding backward. Kasi kung sa anatomy, ito ay tinatawag na anatomical terms. Tututunan mo rin after. Ang anterior, ang meaning nun ay front. Ang posterior ay back. So, ang role ng ACL is to prevent na mag-slide yung tibia natin paharap. Yan. Then, yung PCL naman is backwards. Dito naman tayo sa MCL, yung medial collateral ligament. Ito ay provide stability to the inner thigh, inner knee, and yung LCL naman is sa outer side of the knee, or the lateral collateral ligament. Yan. So, kung may tinatawag tayong midline. Yan yung midline ng ating body, yung gitna. And kapag medial na tinatawag is kung ano yung malapit sa middle, sa midline natin. Then, kapag lateral is away from the midline. Yan. So, kapag yung MCL, siya yung nagpo-protect para hindi mag-move yung ating bone, yung tibia natin, paside dito sa midline mo. Then, yung isa naman is dun sa outer side ng iyong knee. So, kapag tayo ay na-injure or na-overuse yung isa sa mga ligaments na to, yun yung masasabi natin na nawawala yung balance sa knee natin. Tapos, yun yung nag-lead para tayo makaramdam ng pain and instability sa ating knee. Yan. So, intindihan natin magpo-proceed tayo dun sa focus natin ngayon. So, what is chondromalacia patella? Yan. This happens when the cartilage under your kneecap starts to soften and break down. Usually, the cartilage is supposed to glide smoothly with every movement, pero dahil kapag ito ay nagiging weak, the kneecap starts rubbing against the thigh bone and causing pain, inflammation, and discomfort. Kung babalikan natin kanina, yung cartilage kasi siya yung nagpro-protect sa ating kneecap, yung patella natin, at yung ating thigh bone, which is yung femur. Dahil nga kapag slowly nagkakaroon ng breakdown or softening yun, nawawala yung cartilage na nagpro-protect dun, at yun yung naglilid para rub sila to each other, mag-grind sila to each other, at yun yung nagkakos na para ang isang person is maka-feel ng sakit sa kanyang tuhod. Yan. So, magpo-proceed tayo sa sa cause ng chondromalacia patella. So, maraming possible cause ng ganitong type ng sakit. Sa'yo, sa tingin mo, ano ang naging cause ng yung condition?
Sa tingin ko, overuse.
Na-overuse.
Pero yung sabi ng tinatingnan ko ng ortho, tawag yun. Mali daw, iba daw yung structure nung buto ko dito sa kneecap. Iba daw yung structure niya, kaya gumagasgas sa orthopedic.
So, yun. Katulad ng sinabi mo, isa sa mga possible reasons is overuse. Like, kapag tayo ay madalas na tumakbo, or madalas tayong tumatalon, or active tayo sa sports. Usually, nangyayari yan sa mga young athletes or mga active nga sa sports. And another reason is muscle imbalance. Kung uneven yung lakas ng thigh muscles mo, it can pull the kneecap out of alignment. Number 3 is injury or yung direct trauma to the kneecap. So, pwede niya rin kapag tayo nagkaroon ng injury, yun yung pwedeng mag-trigger sa condition. And isa pa is misalignment or structural issues. Yan. Minsan, ang bone structure natin ay hindi perfect. Yan. Kaya hindi tama yung tracking ng kneecap, katulad nga rin na sinabi mo. And so, over time, it leads to cartilage damage. Yan. Next is the pathophysiology of chondromalacia patella. So, how does, ang sinasagot ng question nito is, how does cartilage break down? Yan. So, dahil dahil sa stress or injury possible, is lumalambot yung cartilage at once it starts to soften, yan, hindi na nito kayang protektahan yung ating bones. And eventually, it deteriorates, meaning, unti-unti nang nababawasan hanggang sa nawawala yung ating cartilage na nagpro-protect or from mag-grind yung ating bones to each other. At dahil doon, parang wala na siyang padding, ganon. Parang wala ng padding sa gitna ng kneecap at thigh bone, which leads to pain. Yan. Especially during yung movements, kapag gumagalaw ka. So, ang impact nun sa ating knee function, kapag tayo ay wala na masyadong cartilage, the bones inside our body grinds directly to each other. This leads to pain, swelling, and inflammation. At kapag masakit, you start to parang move differently. Kasi nga, iniiwasan mo yung maramdaman yung sakit. Kaya parang humihingi ka ng support dun sa other muscles and yung katulad ng yung thigh mo at saka yung leg mo. Dun ka kumukuha ng support na nagkakos ng stress dun sa muscles at nag-lead para mag-weaken yun. And later on, the joints become stiff and unstable, making it hard to walk, hard to climb up the stairs, or even stand for a long period of time. Kapag sobrang sakit talaga, ganun yung possible na maranasan. So, yan. Meron tayong signs and symptoms, ano yung possible natin maramdaman kapag nandyan tayo sa situation na yan. Okay. Number 1 is pain. Dull, aching pain, possible sa harap ng tuhod, especially when bending or squatting. Number 2 is the grinding sensation. Yan. Kapag a feeling of grinding or clicking when moving the knee kapag tayo ay gumagalaw. Next is swelling. Yan, pwedeng mamaga. Yan, mamaga yung skin or yung muscles mo around your kneecap. And last is stiffness. Yan, lalo na after a while, after resting for a while, at kapag yung first movement mo sa morning, medyo stiff siya. And if any, kapag na-experience mo yung signs na ganyan, is yun yung early signs, yun yung masasabi natin early signs ng chondromalacia patella. So, yan. Dahil nga may gantong condition, is kailangan natin gumawa on how, kailangan natin pag-aralan on how to ease the pain. So, we will study the acute pain management with the RICE or RICE method. Ito na ang RICE method is not something na to treat yung pain agad. But, ito yung pwede mong gawin para, kunyari, naramdaman mo yung sakit. Ito yung parang first aid, kumbaga. Kapag dumating yung time na parang naramdaman mo ulit yung sakit. So, may sunod ako sa'yo na parang infographic, di ba? Then, yun yung ipa-follow natin for the, as we study the RICE natin. Yan. Natin ko lang din. Makikita mo dyan is, kapag sumasakit yung ating tuhod, pwede natin gamitin yung RICE na method, which stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Yes. And this RICE method is your first step to control the pain before moving into a longer term na paggagamot. Ganon. So, RICE is a simple but powerful method used to manage acute injuries, especially those involving soft tissues like the ligaments, the tendons, cartilage, and muscles. This method is commonly recommended by early management of yung mga knee conditions natin na katulad ng patellofemoral pain syndrome, yan yung ligament sprains, overuse injuries, or strain after workouts, and lastly yung chondromalacia patella. So number 1, yan, ang ating pwedeng gawin is rest. Pahinga. This is to prevent further damage and irritation sa injured area. The goal is to stop all the activities that could worsen the injury and allow natural healing to start. Yan. So, what happens ba kapag hindi tayo nagpapahinga? For example, sa ating mismong body, di ba, kapag tayo na-overwork, kapag tayo ay sobrang pagod, ay tayo ay nadidrain, hindi tayo makapag-function ng maayos. Diba? Nahihirapan yung body natin to do our day-to-day activities normally. So, it also happens sa ating mga joints. Kung ipipilit natin gumalaw, pwedeng lumala yung inflammation or yung damage ng cartilage or soft tissues. Pwede rin itong maging chronic issue or parang instead na acute lang siya, short term, magiging mas matagal na gamutan yung kailangan mong gagawin kapag lumala yung inflammation or yung damage in your cartilage or soft tissues. Yan. So, ang pwede natin gawin is pwede tayong kapag nakaupo or nakahiga, you have to keep your leg straight lang siya and supported. So, avoid din natin yung mga activities na nag-involve sa kneeling or squatting, ganyan. Kapag yung, or masyadong na-overwork na yung knee natin, kapag napapansin natin yung na-overwork na. So, ang kailangan natin i-avoid dito during this time is yung parang tayo may false confidence na tinatawag. Yun yung sabihin natin, okay naman na to, yung yung tuhod kasi hindi naman na siya masyadong sumasakit. Ganon. Minsan may ganun tayong thinking. Pero, just because the pain lessens, doesn't mean it's healed. Yan. Always give your knee at least, kunyari kapag na-feel mo na yung pain, at least 24 hours to 48 hours ng rest. Hindi lang man sinasabi kong rest agad na humilata ka lang buong time na yan. Kundi, parang refrain yourself from doing the activities na nakakapag-drain dun sa knee mo. Ganon. Yan. Kaya, kapag, sabi dito, if masakit, wag na daw ipilit. Wag na ipilit, mag-work yung ating, i-rest natin siya. Next is ice. The yellow therapy. This is to reduce swelling or yung pamamaga and numbness sa area to ease the pain. Cold therapy slows down blood flow temporarily, which helps prevent further inflammation. So how do you apply this properly? So you have to wrap the ice or yung ice pack, so pwedeng sa cloth or towel. Then, ito tatandaan mo, don't apply the ice directly sa skin mo. Dapat talaga covered siya bago mo ilagay. Yan. And apply it for 15 to 20 minutes kapag na-feel mo yung pain, kapag napapansin mo na sumasakit ulit siya. Yan yung gagawin mo, ha. Do this only in the first 48 to 72 hours after mo na-feel yung pain. After this, kapag sobrang lala, heat therapy may be recommended for chronic conditions only. Yan. So, again, you have to make sure na hindi mo siya i-apply yung ice directly sa skin and don't apply it too long. Yan. Okay, our next is compression or yung support natin. Yan. This is to limit swelling and stabilize the joint and pressure from a bandage or brace, and helps control inflammation and keeps the joint aligned. So, how to properly impose this technique is to use an elastic bandage or like yung medical grade na knee sleeve. Next is dapat snug yung pagkakabalot mo kapag babalutin mo yung kapag itatry mo mag-compression. Pero hindi dapat siya masikip. Enough lang para ma-hold yung bandage. And watch out for the signs like numbness, tingling, or bluish color. And next is to use the compression during movement, especially in the day. Yan. But remove it during sleep unless advised by the doctor. So, for compression, it gives a feeling of support and may reduce anxiety during movement. So, magandang i-apply yung compression. Next is elevation. Yan. To use gravity to reduce swelling by helping fluid drain away from the injured site. So, how to do it? Prop the leg with 2 to 3 pillows so the knee is above heart level. And do this as often as possible in the first few days, lalo na habang nagpapahinga ka. So, and avoid your leg to letting your leg dangle off a chair or bed. Yan. So, yung ang elevation, it goes hand in hand with ice and sa rest, di ba? During rest time mo daw, pwede kang mag-elevate, and then you can also put ice para mas better yung result natin. So, how does RICE helps chondromalacia patella? So, the RICE method helps by reducing the load on the irritated cartilage. Doon pa mapasok yung rest. Then, calming the inflammation. Yun yung sa ice and elevation. Then, stabilizing the knee and reducing unnecessary movement, compression. And this method will provide the essential early relief and prevents further damage. Next is, yan, titingin tayo sa ating infographic. Nandyan nakalagay kung when to use RICE and when to see a doctor. So, pwede mo yan i-browse na lang. Tingnan mo kung kailan mo dapat i-apply yung RICE and kailan mo malalaman na dapat ikaw ay mag-seek na ng help sa doctor. So, tulad na sinabi ko, the RICE ay parang first responder para sa tuwing mo. Hindi siya gamot. Pero ito yung unang step para mabawasan yung pain at mas ma-prevent ang malalang damage. So, you have to follow it tama and regular. At kung hindi pa rin okay, in 3 days, yun na yung masasabi natin na you need to seek help. Yan. Next. So, after the pain and swelling starts to go down, usually 48 to 72 hours safe na uli para magsimula ng light movement. The goal is not to go back agad sa normal activity, but to slowly reinforce gentle movement para hindi tumigas yung ating tuhod. This is your stage, this is your what you call rebuilding stage. Dito, unti-unti mong pinapalakas at pinapanormal yung knee function mo. So, yan. Ang goal natin is ang goal ng exercise, yan, ng therapeutic exercise, ay mabalik yung balance sa muscles around the knee. Kasi, kung uneven nga yung strength sa thigh muscle mo, yun yung nagkakos ng sakit na nararamdaman mo sa knee mo. Kaya, ang aim natin dito is to improve the patellar tracking, prevent muscle stiffness, and prepare your knee for a safe return to normal movement, controlled and consistent exercise. Yan. So, manonood tayo ng vid on these are some knee exercises that you can follow to strengthen yung knee. Yan. So, yun nga, napanood natin na yung about sa ating knee and exercise. So, meron tayong exercise guidelines. Ito, sa simula, gagawin ang exercise ng 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Yan. Tapos, gagawin mo to, yan, in 3 to 4 times per week. Yan, hindi kailangan na mabilis, but it should be slow and controlled. So, kung sumasakit habang nag-exercise, stop ka agad. Tapos, huwag mong pilitin. Katulad ng sinabi, huwag pilitin. And increase the reps, weight, or frequency gradually kung kaya na ng knee mo. And remember, quality over quantity. Yan. Next is, yan, activity and lifestyle modifications na dapat mong i-apply. Mahalaga ang pagbabago sa lifestyle. Yan. Iwasan muna, yan, yung things to avoid is iwasan muna ang kneeling, deep squats, lunges, at matagal na yung parang pag-akyat sa mga stairs, yung parang sobrang hahaba hanggang madaming stairs. Yan. High impact sports. Yan. Katulad ng basketball, jumping, and exercising. Sabi. And instead, use supports. Yan. Use supports like kapag umaakit ka ng hagdan, make sure na mag-use ka ng handrails para may support yung upper portion ng body mo, and sit. Kapag kunyari lalabas ka, punta ka sa cafe, gano'n. And if there is a choice na umupo ka sa stool na mataas, yun doon ka umupo kasi nga para hindi bend yung knee mo. Yan. And suot ka rin ng supportive shoes, and kung braces kung kailangan. Kung kailangan lang naman. Yan. So, katulad nga ng sinabi ko, you have to refrain yourself from doing high-impact activities sa mga gantong cases. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na may ganto kang may chondromalacia patella is titigil ka na sa pagiging active. You just need to make smarter choices regarding sa sports mo. Yan. So, pwede natin na sa halip na tumakbo ka or mag-jump, try swimming. Kasi nga, nakalutang ka lang sa water. Next is, pwedeng kayaking. Kasi nga, yung upper body mo lang yung gumagalaw. And, nakarest lang yung iyong lower body. And pwedeng golf or horseback riding. Kasi nga, ito, less movement sa knee mo. Then, other safe option include archery. Maganda rin kasi nga upper body mo lang rin and concentration ang na i-utilize dito. Then table tennis, it helps with coordination and reflexes without stressing your knees. Yan. So choose the activities that will keep you active without triggering the pain. Importante pa rin yung gumagalaw tayo, pero dapat safe and sustainable para dun sa condition mo. Yan. Pili ka lang doon. Next. Yan. Nandito na tayo sa knee wellness plan. Ito ay magiging collaborative work natin. So, i-explain ko sa iyo on how will you make your own knee wellness plan. Yung goals, sa my goals, dito, ang ma-answer na question is, why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve? Yan yung i-ask mo sa sarili mo. And you have to identify yung goals mo. You have to set goals. Meron tayong short term, mid-term, and long-term na may kanya-kanyang months, tagal ng months mong gagawin. Yan yung mga examples na pwede mong basahin. Next is, yan, my weekly routine. Yan, gagawa ka ng balance na movement for balanced movement, recovery, and joint care. Kunyari dyan sa strength training, yung mga dun sa pinanood nating video ng mga exercises, dun makikita yung example activities na gagawin mo. Then to frequency, gano'n mo katagal, or ilang beses mo siyang gagawin sa isang linggo. Yan. Then, yung sa notes, kung anong gusto mo kunyari ito, focus on the form, wag sa weight. Kunyari dito sa low impact cardio, swimming, cycling, walking, avoid steep inclines. Actually, you can check pala yung sinend ko rin sa'yo na example. So you can follow that will be your template for your own wellness plan. Yan, makikita mo doon yung my goals. Lagay mo na kung ano yung short-term, mid-term, at long-term goals mo. Then yung weekly routine mo, meron ditong strength training, low-impact cardio, stretching, recovery and rest, and joint protection. Next is self-monitoring tools. Track your progress. Know what works. And dapat gamitin natin yung pwedeng pain scale journal, i-relate natin kung gaano kalala pa rin yung pain na nararamdaman natin pag before and after tayo na mag-exercise o mag-workout. Then, next is every 2 weeks, i-check din natin kung nag-improve na yung pain level, range of motion, and strength. Para alam mo kung ano yung, this is to know and to be aware kung ano yung gumagana sa mga ginagawa mo at para ma-adjust kung ano yung mga kailangan. Yan. Dito, magsasuggest ako ng habit tracker apps. Yan, maganda. I only have 3, pero there's a lot available to choose from. Number 1 is yung Habitica. Yan, na application. Ano siya? Para siyang, this app is actually unique kasi ginagawang parang game yung mga daily habits mo. Kapag natatapos yung exercise or stretches, makakakuha ka ng parang points or reward na parang video game. So, mag-work talaga to kung ikaw ay very interested sa mga RPG, mga role-playing games, or gusto mong may parang reward system para ma-encourage kang magpatuloy. Yan. Ito the good thing here is libre siya and available to cellphone and browser. Next is Notion. Yan. Familiar ka ba sa Notion? Yes. Next, ito naman is, super customizable. Yan. Pwede mo siyang i-set up na may sariling e-care dashboard. Pwede kang pwede mo dyan ilagay yung log ng pain scale mo, listahan ng exercise, and even reflections, like what you're doing this while you're doing this pala, sorry. Kung organized ka, at gusto mong personal yung style ng tracking mo, this Notion will work for you. Kasi nga if you're tamad ka na gumawa ng sarili mo, there are also templates available online. So, hindi mo na kailangan magsimula from scratch. And libre lang din ito sa phone. Pero ang alam ko may premium version din siya. Pero, the good thing, na ginagamit ko kasi itong Notion and very organized nga naman. At pwede kang maglagay ng pictures, yung listahan mo mismo pwedeng nakahiwalay-hiwalay, ganun. And, once na may, anong tawag dito? Like, university, kapag student, email, yun, kapag may email ka na ganun, pwede mo siyang gamitin na sa Notion at free na siya to use. Yes. And next is, TickTick. Yan. Ang TickTick is more on to-do list siya na may built-in habit tracker. So, kung sanay ka sa mga daily to-do list, and ito, ang maganda dito is nagna-notify siya, nagre-remind siya once na nilagay mo siya sa application. So, makikita mo rin kung consistent ka sa habits mo. Maganda ito kung ikaw ay person na gusto mo malinis lang and simple lang, madaling pagganahin. Ito, mas simple siya compared sa Notion. Next is, yan. Malapit na tayo sa last two ng ating knee wellness plan, which is the SMART activity choices. Yan. Dito, you move in ways that build you up, not to wear you down. Yan. So, dito, titingnan mo kung ano yung mga hindi recommended na gagawin. Dito, i-list mo kung anong, siguro, mga dati mong ginagawa na natutunan mo na hindi pala recommended in your current condition. And, tapatan mo siya ng better alternatives dito sa kabilang side. Yan. Tulad ng running on hard surfaces. Pwede mong palitan ng swimming. Yan, or walking on flat trails. Example lang. And the last part of your knee wellness plan is yung personal commitment or yung motivation mo. Yan. Kasi, when we talk about mindset, isipin natin na healing is not just physical eh. It involves almost all the aspects of your life. Mental, emotional, even spiritual, ganon. And when we take care of our knees, you're also caring for yourself. So, tandaan natin na hindi naman kailangan perfect, pero mahalaga ang consistency. Yun talaga, pinaka-important is your consistency. Kahit na small steps, basta tuloy-tuloy ay it will better the outcome. Yan. So, pwede kang mag-journal. Yan. So, journaling is you have to ask yourself, why is mental health important to me? Or, tapos i-write mo yung personal, 3 personal reasons or goals mo para hindi ka mawala ng drive. Katulad niya. Yan. Why is my knee health important to me? And commitment card mo is write 3 personal goals. Na makikita mo rin siya sa ating my knee wellness plan, sa last part niya. Next is, yan. So mindset is you're not just managing pain, you're building strength. So ito rin pala yung kanina, yung katulad kanina. But it explained lang kung ano yung pwede mong ilalagay. Yan. Example yan na pwede natin balikan later. Yan. So, gusto kong i-remind na in this journey, it's more than just removing the pain. Hindi yun yung ating focus, natanggalin na natin yung sakit. Rather, it is to build your strength, kumbaga immunity, dun sa pain na yon. This is about your getting your freedom to move again, yung kaya mo nang tumakbo, kaya mo nang lumakad, nang umakyat, or gawin yung mga activities tulad ng basketball na wala ka ng restrictions na hindi mo na kailangan isipin na mas sasakit pa uli yung tuhod mo. Yan. So, here, motivation. Ang pwede mong isipin is progress is a progress no matter how small. So, kunyari, kung 5% lang yung progress mo dun sa wellness plan mo na ginawa, as you would look at it as progress pa rin, right? 5% lang, kahit 1% lang. What matters is you're still, you're not giving up dun sa condition mo. Yan. So, for the winning formula, as we conclude, magre-recap lang tayo. Joint health, yan. Sa joint health natin is you have to know your body and your knee anatomy. Katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. And kung alam mo yung source ng pain mo, mas kaya mo siyang iwasan. Yan. Next is smart training. Yan. Smart training is you have to do exercises that build you and not break you. Dapat safe and low impact and guided yung gagawin mong mga therapeutic exercises. And yun yung mga, and choose a more safer activity choices. And next is effective recovery. So, katulad ng pinag-aralan natin is use tools like RICA or RICE method to monitor your progress and stick to your wellness plan. So, ma-identify mo na, dahil nga may binigay akong template sa'yo, ma-identify mo na kung ano yung mga dapat mong gawin, dapat mong iwasan, and what will keep you doing yung ating knee wellness, yung mga activities para sa ating knee wellness. Next is why this formula works. Yan. Because it's this works because it's personalized, practical, and preventative. Built not just to relieve symptoms but to empower a lasting change. So this works kasi nga it's built around you. Hindi ito like yung parang masabi natin na one size fits all, ganyan. Kundi personal kasi ito, personal, practical, and preventative, and was made just for you, yung iyong sariling wellness plan. Kaya, hindi lang tayo para ma-identify yung mga symptoms, kundi pigilan na rin yung parang mas lalo yung lumala in the future. Kaya, you have to keep moving forward and sundan yung personalized wellness plan. Gawin mo yun regularly, yung mga therapeutic exercise na natackle natin. Iwasan mo yung high-impact sports for now. And gamitin mo ang habit trackers and pain logs para alam mo kung nag-e-improve ka. Tatrack mo yung sarili mo. And most importantly is you have to stay committed because you owe it to yourself to feel better. Yan. And last is, yan, ang pinaka-ending natin. Ngayon, you know the formula, the winning formula natin, which is joint health plus smart training plus effective recovery is equal to long-term knee wellness. Yan, ito ang winning formula mo. And hindi ito para sa perfect and to someone, and be someone who's ready to show up kahit pa konti-konti. And healing, remember, healing is not about speed, but consistency. It's about choosing yourself every single day. At hindi kailangan maging expert, hindi mo kailangan laging motivated. Pero kailangan mo maging willing. Willingness na gumalaw kahit mabagal, willingness na magpahinga kung kailangan, at willingness na bumalik ulit kapag napagod. Yan, and you are starting from experience. And in every stretch you do, in every kapag magpahinga ka, in every moment you rest, and every moment na tumanggi ka muna sa mga high impact activities, hindi mo na ako mag-basketball ngayon, hindi mo na ako tatakbo ngayon, that is you choosing your healing. And you are rebuilding your strength. One rep, one step, and one good choice at a time. And darating ang araw na magigising ka, tatayo ka na lang, and masasabi mo, wow, sumakses. Wow, sumakses ka. Joke lang. Kaya ko na uli, parang gano'n. Parang kaya mo na uli gawin yung mga activities na hindi, parang nagkaroon ka ng restriction gawin dahil dun sa And that is because you showed up for yourself and you stayed present in your journey, and right there is the real me. Yan lang po ang ating Thank you for your cooperation. May masasabi ka po ba?
Thank you, Doc.
Doc?
Thank you. Ang dami akong natutunan and yun nga. So, thank you sa reminders and yung mga ang dami talaga akong natutunan and I'm also excited as well to do this kind of. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah? Thank you!